Hello everybody, this is Jane from Ladies Vlogging, and do you remember what we're doing during December? We're actually going to be sharing all the stories from an advent calendar. So I have my advent calendar with me today, and today is the 3rd of December. So we open up the advent calendar and I need to find number 3. Because the number 3 is today's date. Are we ready? Here we have the story. So let's put this down there. I wonder what story we have today. Well, if you have some children with you who would like to listen to a story, now is the time, because the story is about to begin. And here I have, it's Toy Story. So this is one of my favourites. It's a Disney story all about the toys that came to life. And when my children were little, I always used to hope that toys did come to life and maybe they would put themselves back in the toy box. But it never happened, so there we go. It's a lovely story, this one. This is all about this little toy here. He's a cowboy and his name is Woody, and he lives in the bedroom of a little boy called Andy. Now, every year Andy has a birthday. This might be exactly the same for all of us. Every year a birthday and birthday presents. But when my children were little, every year their birthday meant a new toy. And this Disney story is all about Woody worrying about Andy, the little boy whose bedroom it is, getting a new toy that might replace him. So let's read. Well, Woody the cowboy was Andy's favourite toy. He lived in Andy's bedroom, and Andy's toys were special. Andy was a nice little boy and he looked after his toys. And you know, if you look after your toys when you're a little older, you can gift them to other children who perhaps are not as lucky as you. So it's quite nice to care for the toys. But in this story, when nobody is around, the toys come to life. Can you imagine it? All the toys in the bedroom running around playing. Well, one day, Woody called all the toys together. Andy and his family are moving to a new house soon, he told them. So Andy's going to have his birthday party today, because we all know, don't we, that usually we have our birthday party on the day of our birthday, but sometimes we have to change that and have the party on a day that's as close as possible. So for Andy, because his birthday is soon and he's moving house, he needs to have his party today. The toys are worried. A birthday party means new toys. What if Andy liked his new toys more than he liked them? And that's when we talk about the word favourite. So have you thought about that? What's your favourite toy? And in Woody's world, where the toys come to life, being replaced is the worst thing that could happen to you. One of us might be replaced. But I don't think Andy would do that, do you? I think he'll get some toys and still look after all of his toys. Well, when Andy unwrapped his presents, the toys were really nervous. And then they saw the best present of all. I wonder what you think the best present of all would be. Well, for Andy, the best present of all was a space toy, a spaceman called Buzz Lightyear. All of the other toys thought Buzz was wonderful, but Woody felt left out. And it's not very nice when you feel left out, is it? We try to make sure that everybody feels happy together. So one day, Woody came up with a plan. We need to stop Buzz getting all of Andy's attention. So he thought, oh, I know. I'll get the remote control car and accidentally run it into Buzz. But there was a problem. He pressed the button on the car so hard that the car sped out of control and everything went wrong. Buzz fell out of the window. It was an accident, said Woody. But none of the toys would believe him. Suddenly, Andy burst into the room. I can't find Buzz, he said. But we all know what happened to Buzz, don't we? Well, Buzz thought he was a real toy. He'd seen the advertisements on the television just like you have, and on the advertisements about the space toys, the toys can fly, look. So Buzz really believed it. But we know they can't fly, don't we? So anyway, when Buzz fell out of the window, he broke his arm. And Woody found Buzz, look, and took him back. But can you see, that's only Buzz's arms. So actually it's one arm, isn't it? And I said Buzz's arms. So this is Buzz Lightyear's arm, singular. Yes, one arm. Only one arm came off. So Woody took him back. What do you think the toys thought? They thought Woody had hurt Buzz Lightyear, and they wouldn't believe him when he said he hadn't. Well, Buzz and Woody spent a long time together trying to see what was outside the garden. But do you know, the next door neighbour had a little boy too. So when Buzz Lightyear and Woody went into the other garden, they couldn't find their way back, and the little boy who lived there thought he would play with them. Well, do you remember, it was the day that Andy was moving house, and Buzz Lightyear and Woody were next door. So quickly the two toys ran towards Andy's house. But can you see what happened? Buzz Lightyear can't fit through the fence, and so the lorry, what did we call that? The removal van that came to collect Andy and his parents and all of the things from the house, the removal van drove off, and you can just see there Andy's parents and Andy in the car driving behind the removal van. Well, that meant that Buzz Lightyear and Woody were left behind. So the little boy from next door had been a little bit naughty, and he tied a rocket to Buzz Lightyear. But that gave the toys an idea. If they lit the rocket, they might be able to get to the van. So that's what they did. And look at that. Woody shouted, "Oh, look, you're flying!" And Buzz Lightyear was flying. But then he was falling back down to the ground. And do you know where the toys ended up? Yes, that's right. They fell through the window of the car that Andy was in. Now, that really is a very good ending to a story, isn't it? That the toys ended up being back with Andy. And can you see Andy's face? Look at his expression. He's smiling. So he's really happy. Because can you remember when you talk about cars, what we call the window that's at the very top of the car, on the car roof? It's called a sunroof. So when they went through the sunroof, they landed safely. And do you know, Andy was so thrilled to have his 2 favourite toys back that he hugged them. And did you see there how Andy thought about 2 favourite toys? So that shows us, doesn't it, that when we talk about favourites, it doesn't mean that we have to have just one. So everyone went together to their new house, and soon it was going to be Christmas. We know all about Christmas, don't we? That means presents and wrapping paper, wrapping up the presents, and the toys were wondering, what would Andy get? And when they saw the presents in the house for Andy, they listened very carefully. And I wonder if you can listen and guess what you think the toy was. Woof, 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 woof. Yes, that was me making the sound, I hope, of an unmistakable dog. So that's a lovely ending for this story, because it means that Andy didn't lose his best friends after all. His best friends were his toys, and as a Christmas present, he got a dog. How lucky is he? Well, that's the end of today's story, but we'll be back with Ladies Vlogging with December the 4th. And I wonder what story